In this video, we will create a pattern grid of any image using geometry nodes in Blender. Convert the bottom tab into a geometry nodes editor. Click on New to apply this modifier to the object. For this, we can use any object because we are going to delete this geometry before proceeding. First, add a grid and connect it to the group output. This will convert the geometry to a grid. We are going to instance our shapes onto this grid vertices. For that, add an instance on points node. This will make the geometry disappear because we haven't added any instances. So let's add a cube as an instance. If you scale down this, we can see that the cube is added to all the vertices. At the moment, we have 3 vertices in the X and Y direction, making a total of 9 instances. Let's make it 50 by 50 so that we will get 2,500 points in total. Make the scale 0.015. Now we have all the cubes in a grid formation. We are going to project the image pixel to all these individual cubes. For adding the material, let's open the shader editor. Select any image and drag and drop it to the shader editor. Now the texture won't be visible because we haven't added the material in geometry nodes. For that, we can add a set material node into our geometry node tree. Then select the same material. Now we need to map the texture into this. For that, select the image node and press Ctrl-T to get the mapping node. Delete the texture coordinates and add an object info node, because only this node can access the information from geometry nodes. Connect its location to a vector of the mapping node. Now, we can see the image displayed in our object, but we need to adjust the coordinates at X and Y by 0.5. Using this method, we get distinct colors on each individual instance. If you need more resolution, add more vertices. This is how we make this effect. We can add any shapes for the instance. Let's add icosphere for now. Add a set shade smooth note to make it smooth. If you want, you can drag and drop an external object. Correct rotation if needed. This will also work for transparent PNG, making the image separate from the background. For that, let's replace the image with a Blender logo. Connect alpha to alpha. Increase the resolution if needed. We can remove the bleeding of the edges by adding a color ramp in between and setting it to constant. Now we get a cleaner result. I will show the advanced concept of geometry nodes in the upcoming videos. See you guys in the next video.